Alright, cunts, welcome back. I mean, it's only been 15 minutes for me. But last episode, whatever that episode was, last video, I was a bit not negative, but I think what it was is I was not enjoying the mistakes I was making because I was expecting myself to be able to achieve what I could not. Right? So now I've recalibrated, reframed, and I'm simply just gonna enjoy the process again. It's that easy, guys. Mindset can be just turned on like that. Who knew? But yeah, anyways, multiple rounding, artwod, 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 artwod. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but here I'm emoting. Oh, drive with waffles. This is because I guess she's the one who pioneered the fact that you can move your hands and talk as a faceless art video channel. And now I'm gonna take her thing and make it much better by having brown skin. Right? We got to get the minority card in, but yeah, join me. Draw along artwod. Beginner roadmap, fundamentals, grind node. Well, they actually renamed it to the artwod intro to form roadmap, right? But yeah, multiple rounding. Join me, whatever your skill level is, right? Maybe you can just round like this. Maybe your multiple rounding is still really struggling with doing this, right? Just getting that down. If so, you should kill yourself in Minecraft. But if you've decided that suicide in a video game is not the option, then yes, practice. Practice this multiple rounding. What the fuck was the point I'm making? Yeah, the point I'm making is draw at whichever level is comfortable to you. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to, again, try to create something complex and interesting. And then the biggest thing is I really want to grind my brain. I feel as if I can put in a lot more effort, right? I don't know what hard work is yet. So that's what we're going to do. And yeah, let's get started. I always ramble on for way too long, but let's just get started. And let's just practice. Biggest thing I'm trying to focus on is not having too many expectations for myself and just enjoying any mistakes that come my way, right? Let's see. We could actually try something like this. I haven't created a shape like this before, I don't believe. So what's stopping me, right? And let's see. With that having been done, we can multiple around this. It is a great exercise on line work. I'm not gonna lie, it really helps line work and understanding foreshortening. I mean, it's a great exercise to understand form in general, but yeah, when you do it like this, it definitely makes proportion something you also have to think about as well, right? Like for example, if I'm gonna do something like that, I also have to think, even before I made these marks, as to where it should be placed. And that's the thing, I just really want to make things difficult for myself. I feel as if that's the only way I'm gonna get better. But again, it's just about being consistent and trying to figure things out as I go, right? Because I've created this shape and I could be satisfied there, but I want to add something more. Yeah, literally just, why can't we just add a multiple rounded shape right here? Yeah, it's kind of muddied a little bit now. But for me personally, I'm just glad that I can add something at all. And then this perspective. And I'm trying to think in terms of like this type of rounding, right? So something like this. And we can even... What can we do here? Bring it straight. We can make a cutout. We can round that cutout. Like so. And then we can add a... And I think this is slightly off. These are diverging slightly, so I'm aware of that now. That's good. And then we can add a multiple rounded cylinder that, let's just say, it cuts through, right? Again, constantly trying to my nasal voice, constantly trying to increase the complexity of the shape we are drawing. Right. And this is good because now I can do something like that. See? So now I managed to get the stereotypical multiple rounding in as well. But now I need to think about what happens here. Because we do need something to not jut out per se, but again, it's all ideation, right? I'm just trying to figure something out. So in a multiple rounding scenario, see, like this doesn't really work. The lines aren't as smooth. But if we were to pretend that they were, what could I do? I'm trying to think. Okay, so that's interesting, right? That has unique properties which can now be multiple rounded. Because I made that side so thick, this side has to be even thicker, right? There you go. Not perfect, but that'll do, donkey. That'll do. And then we could just... Oh yeah, okay. We could just do something like this. Right? And then this side will also have the stereotypical multiple rounding. Okay, that's a shape. And that's a shape I can memorize. Right? Focus on memorization. So honestly, honestly, what the fuck is honestly? Honestly, it is pretty difficult to memorize. I was gonna say I'll be honest, but I literally just started the sentence with honestly. So clearly, grammatical sentence structure sentence structure that makes grammatical sense is not something I'm an expert in, let alone someone who should be speaking, right? But okay. I need to stop fucking around. Alright, so I'm gonna memorize this now, and the main point is just... Okay, this sticky note is dead, so I'm just gonna throw that shit out and get another pink one. Beautiful. Good shit. Okay. Memory drawing, orthographic views, they're all key, and I think I need to genuinely start internalizing that as well. So for the top-down view, let's see, it curves in a very interesting manner. Yeah, sorry, my throat is like sore as shit, so I don't know why the fuck I'm apologizing, but if you're wondering why I keep going like it's because of that. Not that I've been doing it often, but if you ever thought I was, now you have an explanation. Fucking sticky note, bro. I have to bend it in 20 different ways just for it to stay normal. But anyways, okay, so thinking about I can't even fucking without a burp. I can't even speak without burping, god damn it. Disgusting, I know. My channel should be demonetized. It's not even monetized yet, and it never will be. But like with all the swearing and the bullshit. But let's see. Okay, so I need to memorize this top plane. This top plane dictates everything. And then I think something is missing. The reason why this looks so off is because because it needs to be like that. Is it because of that? Like it needs to have depth. I think that makes a lot more sense. Maybe just as an aesthetic decision, I could do that as well. Because it is an edge, and we're not going to be seeing the other side of the edge that much, or are we? That could have been a mistake, but I'm just trying to figure something out right now. I'm trying to figure this out, actually. Actually, this was the perspective. And then I ended up making it this. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But either way, that could have been a perspective mistake. But yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. But okay, let's try to memorize this shape. The top view has a rectangle, the rounded rectangle, the rounded ellipse. The front view has the diagonal curve that's rounded, that has the two subtractions. Right, the bottom and the right side and a little bit of the adjacent side have the rounding, the stereotypical multiple rounding like that. And then there's an ellipse, and then it goes over, cuts and goes over a multiple rounded cylinder. Okay, again, let's just do our best. No expectations, just trying our absolute fucking best, right? That's all that matters. Let's see, do I want to do it from the bottom view? See, I feel as if I never make the bottoms, like if I look at this, the bottoms are never interesting enough, but I might as well try. Right. So if I want to make it from the bottom view, I should do something like this. Hope I'm not murmuring too much. I should do something like this. Wait, I don't think that's right, but okay, I'm just trying to think about the perspective that it's in. Okay, it's something like this. We put that fucking ellipse in there. And then we can just raise that slightly. And then what? What does it look like over here? And over here should be something like this. Something like that, right? And then what is it on the other side? What does the rounding look like on the other side? That doesn't make any sense to me. Well, I made the perspective incorrect, but we can try fixing it here. And just say it was a very fast convergence. Yeah, we could just say it's a very fast convergence. And then on the top, it is, oh yeah, it's like very, there's actually a lot happening here that I didn't account for because I was too focused on this. But for the top, it was let's see, it's something like this, right? So it should actually be coming out like this way. And then okay, so it should be coming out like this. So I need to match it here. Right, because it's going inwards, and then it is, yeah, and then it's fucking diagonally like going out. There you go, something like that. And then we have, so I wasn't wrong in that sense. Okay, and then I just have to think about this one, right? Something like that. It was multiple rounded. Let's not forget it's all multiple rounded. Then it comes down here. There you go. And what's on the side? Did I have anything on the side? No, it was like all jutting out, but that's on the other side. It's everything's fucking jutting out. So I think this does make sense. And then we have a little bit of a that, and then on the other side we have a fucking gigantic rounded thing, which we don't really see, right? Okay, well I could have added all the lines and shit, but there was no need to. Oh, well the top is also multiple rounded. Okay, so I forgot to add that. So it should have been something like this. That's actually pretty accurate. That's actually not that bad. This is obviously too small, and I made this too small. Yeah, I made the multiple rounded cylinder too small, but overall, it's pretty decent, I would like to think, right? Should have had this as well. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what was missing. Perfect. I mean, obviously I could add all these fucking unnecessary lines and shit, but it's not even part of it technically, right? And the perspective is a bit off, of course. Can't deny that. That was good. That was good. Okay, let's do another. I'm gonna rest my brain, and then we're gonna keep doing. We're gonna do another one. Try and make it a bit more complicated, right? But yeah, it's good. I think one of the main things I still need to focus on doing is, apart from just creating random shapes, I really need to start making it based on something. Like, what am I interested in right now? I'm interested in weaponry. I'm interested in armor. I'm interested like in helmets and all that shit, right? So if I have a theme, it'd be a lot easier, and I literally mean like a lot easier to fucking to make something out of that, right? Because then not only am I more invested in the shapes that I'm making, I think there's a lot more to play with the shapes themselves, if that makes sense. Like right now, I'm already getting ideas simply based on the fact that I'm trying to create something that kind of looks like what I'm hoping is going to be a gun-like shape. Right now, maybe it doesn't look too gun-like. I the moment. But that's where quote unquote creativity comes into play, right? Because I can do something like this. This is where multiple rounding can really help me out. Right, and then I can do something like that, maybe. And then now maybe I can have another multiple rounded shape. Literally, it just ends up becoming multiple rounded because I put it there. Right, and that's pretty cool. Cool. Right? And what else? We could have something like this. I'm just allowing myself to ideate, because it's the only way that, not the only way, but it's a great way I find for me to just sort of let loose, right? Figure out what it is that I'm trying to draw, while also obviously practicing the main thing that this artwod grind node is all about, which is multiple rounding. Now it's like this thingy on a spatula, I guess. There you go. See, and we just need to keep this. This is why I like this for line practice, because it really does challenge you. But I don't think that makes sense spatially speaking, of course. So we'll try again. And then once I land on something that I think is decent, I'll just rotate it from memory again. So again, like guns are great because don't let an American hear you say that. Or maybe they want to hear that. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm Canadian. We are so different from them, right? We're slightly up north, you know. Technically, I'm not even Canadian, because you'd be sure to find many people who would ask me, but where are you really from? No, you don't understand. I don't give a shit about where you are right now. Where are you really from? Where are you canned from? In the area I live, it's very white dominant, bro. It's been a couple times I've gotten that question. It's innocuous, I would like to believe, right? They don't really mean much by it, not in a harmful way, but still, it's like we don't need to relate everything back to my ethnicity. not everything has to be about my people and how different we are. Considering I, don't really relate to them that much. I mean, I'm South Indian. I love my culture. But the thing is, mainly my exposure to my culture, a lot of North Indian and South Indian movies, is literally just fucking the movies. I haven't lived that life. I don't have the understanding, the nuance of the culture, even if I would like to. Don't get me wrong, I actually do want to be relatively well versed in my in Brownanese, as they say. But even if I want to, I simply don't have the option to be, because my parents and the movies are all I have. Really. Not that it's a bad thing. Again, I love the movies. I'm glad that my parents taught me the language. I think knowing the language of the place you're from is extremely important, right? It's like the one thing that you have an identifier. It's like, okay, I have culture, right? That's the way I see it. If you disagree, get the fuck off my channel, like, subscribe, and keep me on the background. But that's just the way I see it. I think being able to retain your mother tongue is very important, right? Like, who the fuck am I? And then I'm literally a goddamn piece of paper if I don't have anything. You know, I refuse to be one of those brown kids or brown people who are like, I don't know my language at all. And they say it with such pride. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you proud about? Literally, what are you proud about? Absolutely nothing. I think this is a good way to go about it. I say that for everything. I think this is the thing. I think that is the thing. I feel as if that's the art journey. No, but this, trust me, this one's a really good one. This one I definitely understand exactly what it is, that how to do it. Perspective is off here. Can I fix it? Maybe. Hold up. I think I can even make this more fucky. There you go. Yeah, kind of like connected a bit. I don't think it works that well, to be honest. But it's okay. We'll move on to the next one, right? It's interesting. There are a lot of ideas to be had. Let's see. So that's one plane. And then we can move it up. So, and connect it on that plane. There you go. Yeah, I think it's good that I think out loud, because I feel as if it's important for anybody watching, if they are watching or listening, to actually understand what I'm thinking. And this isn't all bullshit. Like, everything that I'm doing, I'm really trying to think about what I do, right? And I'm really trying to keep that perspective in mind, right? It's none of this is like whoop-de-doo, I'm just fucking coming out of this shit out of my ass, right? It'd be incredible if I had that skill. Fortunately, my rectum has other plans. But yeah, none of this, like, that was a mistake right there. It wasn't intentional, but it was a mistake. Like, absolutely none of most people's art process is so fucking carefree. You know, the carefreeness comes after years of deliberation. Years, I say, years. But that is how it is. See, now we're indicating the plane change. That's why I'm doing this. It's actually pretty good. I'm explaining myself. That's to indicate the plane change. So now we understand, right? Same with this. This also indicates the plane change, right? Here we could just add a little. Usually what I'm doing right now is just, when in doubt, add a multiple rounded cylinder, right? And then what? There you go, something like that. Because we do want to make it more three-dimensional. And again, I'm always trying to keep my lines clean. I'm always trying to think about the perspective, right? Now that is misaligned. I'm well aware that's misaligned, right? Like this with this, that's misaligned. But hey, we're just trying out different ideas right now, right? So just keep going. Just literally, how long has it been? Another half hour? Cool. Just keep going and trying to make designs. Now I'm gonna do another one now, and we're gonna try to rotate this one, right? So plane changes are a big part of it. So we could start with something like this, do something diagonal, right? Not the most perfect diagonal. And then we could immediately go into another diagonal. like that. And this is, again, I'm thinking out loud, so you're well aware. Maybe a straight here. Right, it's not even, as you can see, but it's okay. It's it is so fucking not even. Is it okay? I'll take it back. It's fucking garbage, right? But this is how we can sort of make things, hopefully, just be part of an ideation process that needs to happen, right? And again, now I'm remembering, oh shit, I forgot to think about the orthographic view for the past half hour, right? Because again, there's so much to think about when it comes to art, right? So you can't do everything. You may want to, but you can't. So now I want to think about some plane changes involving here that could be unique. So I'm gonna take a step back and think, like, what would generally make this look, what type of plane change could I do? Well, right now we're here and we haven't done anything here, or we haven't done anything this way or this way. So maybe something like, just trying to, maybe we could do a diagonal, right? Diagonals are generally a pretty decent way at making something look unique. And again, this has to be multiple rounded. This time it can be multiple rounded in an alternate way. There you go, like that. Right? But still, we have to, I need to figure out a way to make this fuck up of it being essentially completely off center have purpose, I believe, right? Have value. So again, maybe I could do something like, this can be just something super simple, like a cutout maybe. And this really involves a good understanding of perspective. It's already misaligned here, but, and it is, the thing is, like, if you add more details, the details sort of allow for complexity or the illusion of complexity, right? Even here I could do something like, see, we've just added a cutout, and we need to obviously add another multiple rounding, because we need as many multiple roundings as we can, right? No matter how much we add single rounding, it's not going to be the multiple rounding that we're looking for. See, so this is actually completely incorrect. Like, this is obviously one of the biggest reasons as well. Is like, I didn't do this diagonal as well as I could have, right? So there's a lot of perspective issues here that, it's not that I'm just now noticing, but they're becoming more apparent as I continue to design this shape, right? And in order to make, I think, a multiple rounding make sense here, we could try something like, let's see, something like that. It's connected like so. And that's something that we can draw from the back to make more sense of. Still doesn't look that good, but maybe we can actually add the multiple rounding on top. And maybe this is actually something that goes down. It doesn't look that good. It really doesn't look that good. Okay, I guess I'll just keep ideating for the time being, right? Figuring out, like, I feel as if I get these little moments of inspiration and or not even inspiration, but understanding, right? But then they go away. So it's just about trying to figure out what it is. What is it that made sense to me in the moment versus now I'm just sort of floundering, right? That's probably just part of the artist's journey, if I'm gonna be honest. Just constant self-doubt. Not even in like a mean way, but literally as an objective fact. Like, you're just gonna doubt what you do, and it's gonna be difficult, and you're not really gonna know if it's the right path or if what you're doing even makes much sense. You're just gonna keep thinking your way through it, and hopefully at one point it will all start to make sense. And I think that's all one can do regarding all this. See, now I could do a diagonal. And this could be a rounding. There you go. Now, how does that look? Right? We can't just do something and not understand how it looks. Okay. What do I want to do here? I could actually just make it normal. There you go, something like that. It is getting somewhere, but I think we can also do something like this. There you go. Again, we are trying to push the limits. I'm trying to keep the perspective in mind. I'm trying to keep orthographic views in mind. I'm trying, right? I'm trying, goddammit, I'm trying. No, but that is what I'm focusing on, right? And it is very, very difficult because there's only so much I can think about at once, right? Trying to maybe add some visual complexity. It didn't work out as well as I would have liked, but let's see. And then maybe we can have something like that. And here is where I could perhaps add the normal rounding, right? Which in turn there you go, something like that, right? It's like a wireframe. It helps quite a bit, I'd like to believe, but maybe I need to lift this page up a little bit to get this. Now, this is gonna be great because this is a shape I definitely want to memorize, but because I'm gonna have to do it on the other side of the page, we'll see where it takes us. There you go. Oof, okay, now I'm gonna do something like this. This is actually taken from a helmet design I was studying. Pretty sure it was for Fallout or something on Pinterest. So this is not obviously exactly how it is, but I really am trying to take the general idea of that. And again, this all relies on clean line work, which I'm not having right now, but that's the best part. I will, with enough time, I will. Oof, this is gonna be a good, difficult shape to design. And then I'm just gonna do something like this. Ta-da! And that is all multiple rounded. It's gonna be like extremely multiple rounded. And we are going to memorize this. It's not even perfect, I fucked that one up, but it's good because it allows me to think very much so about what it is, the depth of what I'm drawing, right? Let's just connect these so there's logic to it. That's a pretty complicated shape. It's a pretty fucking complicated shape. And let's just say, yeah, it's even on the other side too. But whatever. Okay. And it's been 41 minutes. Damn. Alright, cool. I'm gonna rest my brain, and then I'm gonna analyze this shape, and I'm gonna draw it on the back. The back. Right? And we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, I'm just gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. Yeah. Okay, let me think. Brain blast. If only I had Jimmy Neutron's brain, he'd be one of the greatest artists in the world. Because drawing is thinking, right? Drawing is literally thinking. It's why Carl Kapinski had a fucking stroke. You know, thankfully he's recovering, and I'm really happy for that. But it's why he had a stroke, and then it was just him getting his motor skills back. But everything was in his mind. It was everything he wanted to create and was already able to create was in his mind. Now he just needed to strengthen the connection between his hand and his mind, right? Like improve the strength of those neurons, those synapses, those the fuck was it called again? Something synaptic cleft dendrites. I'm just thinking of buzzwords now related to neuroplasticity. But either way, like why does Carl Kapinski, at least to his eye, he's like not even there yet, but to us as laymen, right, as beginner or just intermediate, whatever artists, nowhere near as advanced as him, why are we like, holy shit, in a matter of half a year he's already back, like 5-6 months, right, to a high degree of proficiency at the very least. And it's because drawing is thinking, right? For him, it was just a matter of, I'm just trying to get what's in my mind onto the page. For us, it's a matter of getting our mind to be able to see more than what it already can, right? Like for us, we're trying to see and create. For him, because he's getting his skill back, his fine motor skills, he's just trying to create what he already sees, right? There's that distinction. But anyways, let me memorize this shape, right? It's a pretty cool shape, I'm not gonna lie. I did quite a bit with this. That's pretty good. I did quite a bit. And I think that's how it should be. These are the types of shapes I should focus on for the time being. Just really, really rounded, intricate shapes. Right? Multiple rounding is difficult, so just gotta keep going at it. Yeah, just analyzing. I'm just trying to figure out the mix between orthographic view in my mind and actually just analyzing the shape as it is, right? It's that little... And obviously proportions are so important. But I think this plane right here is the most important part, because this plane change and the what's it called, the angle variations in this plane right here, this vertical and this horizontal, essentially create the shapes around it. So I think memorizing that is going to make memorizing the other parts a lot easier. course, trying to get it from the bottom is a whole different scenario. I don't even know if I'm going to try to attempt to do this from the bottom yet. Maybe I should. Maybe that's what's really going to help me understand it better too, is if I do it from the bottom. If I do it from the bottom, it's basically just an oval, no? It's just an ellipse. Is it just an ellipse? I think it is. Well, no, it's not actually. Technically, it's not just an ellipse, but okay, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. All right, new page, new me. Cool. Let's try it out. Oh wait, I should probably still cover it anyways because it's gonna be here, right? And we don't wanna see that. Or maybe I should just not look at it. No, I don't want to see it. Okay, so ugh, disgusting, but also very arousing. There we go. And it comes down. Let's see, and then we have something like this, right? I'm just trying to think if it's from the bottom view. I don't think I'd really be seeing much of that. Right. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go along. Is that even the bottom view anymore? Did I fuck that up? Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's okay. Then what is it like? It's over there. Right, and I think, was it? Yeah, it was over here. Like so. This is where I had, but I'm just trying to think. Because then it basically, on the right side here, we had this. Right? And then it tried to make it a little bit unique, but I didn't do it as well as I would like. So I'm just going to replicate that lack of uniqueness over here as well. Just trying to think, because now this comes out and it juts in. So it came out like so. Then in. Out again. Then in again. Something like that. And the bottom is just kind of like a bigger ellipse. Right, so it's that, and then we had this boy right here. Right. And what else did we have? What Well, of course we had this, but we don't see that anymore. All we have now is this. I think obviously this is like definitely not the perspective that I'm looking for. I'm trying to find a balance between the speed and obviously the accuracy. I think right now I've sacrificed speed and accuracy, but these are also off perspective is the main thing. Let's see. Okay, I made it too small, but honestly it's not that bad. So, oh, this was supposed to be diagonal. Okay, that's something I fucked up. Yeah, I forgot to add this diagonal right here. Okay, right, or this trapezoidal shape, right? If we look at this versus this, obviously some things are just not like this. Should have obviously been thicker, right, in terms of rounding, but it's not bad. I actually think it's pretty okay. Let's just practice a couple more times with some other shapes now. Well, maybe I'll just draw one more, right? My thumbnail will probably be this, because like, oh, full page, oh, very nice. I'm gonna game the YouTube algorithm, right? That was good. That was a good attempt. I genuinely was thinking. But again, I could have thought harder, because the perspective is off here, right? Well, let me rest my brain, and then I'll continue onwards. Oh, Jesus. All right, I'm gonna try some more simple shapes. So, like, and then memorize and rotate them, because I feel as if that's still something that I have to get the hang of, right? And my rounding is taking a hit, so I need to keep that in mind. That was pretty poor, but I'm just gonna practice a little bit just rounding in general. Let's see, okay, something like that. To multiple around that, I could do something like this. Just thin out over here. Thins out again. I think that makes sense, right? Again, we could even something like that. Add some multiple. See, this is what I'm starting to understand. It's usually the small things that make the details. Okay, that was incorrect. That's also going to be incorrect. But it seems to be mostly the small things that make the details much more impressive, I guess is the word I'm looking for, or impressively designed, I guess, right? Because it, like, these little tiny things that I'm doing purely by experimentation seem to be what cause the uniqueness of the shape, right? Like even something where I'm gonna go, I'm gonna think a lot about this before I do it, by the way, because thinking is very difficult. See, that worked out. And then I could just do something like this to reinforce the perspective. Right, but it's these tiny details that seem to really make the difference. And then of course plane changes make a huge deal too, or make a big difference too. I could do something like this, right? But then see, something like that. And then if we round that, whether I can round it proficiently is another question. But if we see, okay, that kind of went to shit. But even if we round that, and then we're to solidify it to a more three-dimensional form, then do something like this, in which another ellipse, a rounded ellipse, can come out of. And then diagonalize it again. Again, my lines are really getting shoddy right now. And that's a good thing, because that means there's a lot to practice. Ta-da, right? It's now starting to look a lot more mechanical. Thinking out loud helps. Thinking out loud definitely helps. You know, all those shitty drawings walked or ran so I could walk. I don't know what the fuck. Which one is better? I walked so you could run, or you ran so I could, or I ran so you could walk. Technically, running exerts more energy, so I exerted more energy, so I ran. Yeah, I ran before, so now I could walk. But yeah, and then what else? There's a lot of different ways you could do these shapes, right? So just trying to think. And then we could even round these. You can just keep, it's like you can keep just adding to the fucking degrees of rounding, like so, right? And here, yeah, it cuts out, but again, I could just add another multiple rounded cylinder that goes through. There you go, ta-da! It just looks more mechanical now. It's amazing. And again, on the topic of rounding, I could just keep adding and this is why I care so much about my lines, because when you can add these tiny details, I personally feel like it makes a huge difference in the drawing itself, right? These tiny details seem to really work things out. And then again, because it's all about multiple rounding, baby, you can just round them. And it doesn't look amazing, but as my penmanship gets better, my ability to create thin, consistent lines will also get better. See, what a much better art session this was, because I'm just enjoying the process, right? Literally, that's all it took. So it's funny how that works out. And then we want to want to do something like this. There you go. And there could be another. There could be some multiple rounded shapes connecting. Right? There you go. I want to rotate that. It's been an hour. Shit. But I want to rotate that. I want to really use my brain. I want to rotate this. And we're going to assume it's the same on both sides, right? Yeah, I love rotating these things from the bottom view. It really forces me to think. Okay, cool. We're going to rotate it. But first, we're going to analyze it. And I also need to get better at spacing things out. I think that ties into proportion, right? Learning to space things out. But either way, let me think. Let me tinko days. Tinko daze, as Jotaro once said. I believe that's how he beat Dio. He was all like, yare, yare. Right? What a fucking shit joke. I was gonna go somewhere with that, but I literally couldn't think of anything funny apart from my life. So, okay, so it's trapezoidal. A trapezoidal, what the fuck? Is this a trapezoid? What the fuck is a trapezoid? That must be a trapezoid, I guess. I draw all these shapes, yet I can't even name them. What happened to language is power? Okay, so this and this one is also trapezoidal at the bottom, then it cuts out, comes in, then... Oh, that's actually hexagonal at the bottom. Trapezoidal at the top, hexagonal at the bottom. Cylindrical shape in the middle. Right? Okay. And look at it for another 10 seconds to really try to understand what I drew here. Okay. As good as of a chance as of any as a chance. So again, let's I like doing this angle a lot because again it's difficult, right? So I need to think about the box, because this box is actually probably the most difficult for me to draw in. Right, this angle. What was in the front? Oh yeah, the fucking cylinders. Not perfect, and I'm pretty sure this was rounded. It had to be rounded if it's a multiple rounding. It had to be rounded. It makes 0 sense for it not to be rounded. Lines are getting better slightly. There you go. And then I think I made it too big already actually, but it's okay. Then we'll just proportionally make it larger. Okay, and then this is the biggest thing. I think this is the one where it really forces me to think about the box. Right? Because I don't have, like, I really have to think about the box. So already we have now found 2 difficulties. Obviously it's a slew of difficulties, but it is memorization as well as perspective. Right? We've already found 2 things that are insanely difficult. So that's good. That's really good. And we're just going to extend this. I think it ended up becoming diagonal at one point though. No, it became diagonal in the middle, right? It was I did down, and then I went. Yeah, I went like this. Okay, I'm just thinking out loud. I guess I'm fucking feeling the page out loud. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. My eyes were like rolled back and shit. But okay, and then from the bottom. Cool. And then it was like that. Right, and then it was trapezoidal again. There you go. And then we had the little cylinder thingy. And then this was also rounded, that much I remember. Right. And then I continued drawing it. Oh, well, I already fucked up the perspective there, actually. But we're just gonna ignore that. Just keep going. What did this thing have on top of it? What did it have on top of it? I made this way too big. Like, genuinely, that's fucking huge. Right? Way too fucking big. I know this had something like this on top of it. Something like that, and then was it something like that too, didn't I? Something like that, right? And this didn't really go too far after that. And then we had something like this. In the middle we had the lines are getting fucked. But then it was something like that, and then I had this, right? These. This was upside down. And then this followed suit. So did this. Oh, fuck me. This one over here. I think we can. Oh wait, it was supposed to be fucking diagonal. Shit. Okay, we'll just call it for now. It's supposed to be more, I'm pretty sure. Oh shit. Oh yeah, bear. I forgot. Okay, I forgot this. This was actually pretty accurate, but oh, I forgot the ellipse. Yeah, I forgot that. Didn't forget that. That's nice. Yeah, again, like this actually would have been pretty decent if this wasn't so fucking big, right? I made it way too big. What was it? So these are even, but I just should have stopped right here. It should have been something like this. I should have stopped right there. Or a little bit below that, yeah. So proportion is clearly my biggest issue right now. Because I'm memorizing the shapes. That's not too bad. Generally, again, the perspective's a bit off in this. But okay, that was fun. That was good, right? And this session was a lot better because I didn't expect anything. I just did my best, tried a lot, and visualized as much as I could. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you had fun. I hope you also tried a lot, and I hope you enjoyed the process, all that good shit. Yeah, I have to draw again. I still have like 2 more hours to do later today, but I'm gonna eat right now, get some food in. right? So with all that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money. I guess that's just my thing I'm doing right now is the fucking hand motions. I've been trying to bring in the short form audience. I really don't want them. Fuck the short form audience. A fucking brain rot to hell, bro. You're not learning shit from watching shorts, except my shorts, because my shorts actually give you actionable advice. If you're gonna watch any art shorts, watch mine, because you'll come out of it and be like, I should probably do these exercises, or you'll come out of it and be like, this is too hard, I don't want to do it. So either way, I win because I'm still doing the exercises and getting better. So yeah, with that being said, as always, I already did my shit. Goodbye, fuck off.